Do you hear it? Of course not. That's why we call it silent. I decided that it's time for me to address one of the challenging differences between spoken and written English: silent letters. You may be wondering why I think that this is important. The reality is that English is known for the silent letters that it uses. In fact, some resources suggest that about 60% of words in the English language use silent letters. Wow! Because of how much information is included in silent letters, we will be splitting this into 2 videos. This is part 1, so don't forget to check out part 2 next week. For some of you, it may not come as much of a surprise that there are sometimes letters used in written English that are completely silent when spoken. However, some of you may be surprised at the frequency with which we use completely useless letters in written English. Those of you who speak a first language like Arabic, which has no silent letters, may feel somewhat confused and likely frustrated with this prospect. Especially after having spent so much time learning how each letter in English is pronounced, this is probably not what you want to hear. However, trying to learn proper English pronunciation without acknowledging English's silent letters wouldn't work very well, and although some may wish to simply eliminate any letters that can be silent, they would quickly discover that nearly all the letters of the alphabet can be silent in different words. A good example of a word that uses a lot of silent letters is the word queue. It is spelt Q-U-E-U-E, but pronounced the same as the letter Q. Are you familiar with this word? It refers to the line of people that is formed when people are waiting for something. This has been turned into a meme lately, stating that the word itself is ironic because it's the letter Q followed by 4 silent letters waiting in a line. All joking aside, however, silent letters can either be inconspicuous, hiding in a way that we expect, such as with the bossy E as in cape, or it can seem completely out of place when we see a word written, such as the silent S in island or the silent K in knife. The purpose of these videos is to help you understand these silent letters better. Some silent letters come from the word's history, while others come from laziness in pronunciation over time. Either way, it's important to know how to handle them when we see them and how they can help us. Let's start by defining what a silent letter is. A silent letter is a letter that is found in a written word, however, it is not pronounced in spoken English. There are 2 kinds of silent letters: auxiliary silent letters and dummy silent letters. Today we are going to focus on auxiliary silent letters. Auxiliary silent letters are those letters which work with other letters to create a specific sound. They can be split into what we call exocentric and endocentric digraphs. These are technical names and they do not matter beyond helping you to understand the different combinations that are possible. Exocentric combinations form a sound which is different from the sound that each of the letters would make separately. They are not always what we call true silent letters. Some of these combinations do not create their own unique sound. An example of this would be letter combinations such as GH or PH making the F sound. However, other exocentric combinations form their own unique sound in the English language, such as the TH combination, or SH, ZH, OI, or NG. We have already spent quite a bit of time learning each of these sounds on their own, so we're not going to go over those again today. Endocentric combinations are those which have the same pronunciation as one of the letters that make it up. One of the main ways that endocentric combinations are created is when multiple letters are used to represent a single sound, such as a doubled sound. An example of this is when a double letter is written as part of the same syllable, with the sound created being the same as for a single letter. For example, double letters such as DD still make the same sound as a single D. This also applies to combinations such as CK, which uses two different letters that make the same sound, essentially doubling the sound. Another type of endocentric digraph is the magic E, where the E is silent but changes the pronunciation of the first letter in the combination. There are also some endocentric combinations which use silent vowels, such as the EA of bread or the GU of guard. In the videos for each individual sound, we have shown both of these types of combinations as ways that a specific sound can be spelt, so you should be familiar with most of them already. Let's do some practice on the pronunciation of words that use auxiliary silent letters. As we go through each word, try to identify which letters contribute to the silence. Thin, sing, huffed, guessed, show, pout, physics, through, pine, button, treasure, hate, bread, bee, vogue, heavy, talk, blueberry. Great work! See if you can identify some more auxiliary silent letters this week as you practice your English skills. Don't forget to check back next week to learn even more about silent letters. Until next time, have a great day.